Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Project Slayers video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the best method to obtain tier 3 weapons, whether it's Polar or Devourer. As you see here on my screen, I do have two tier 3 weapons, one Devourer fans and one Polar fans. I'm going to show you guys how I obtain them, the best method to obtain the materials for them, and pretty much literally everything you need to get these tier 3 weapons. These are going to be the best weapons in the game, so you do want to grind for them. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys literally the best method how. If you guys do find it helpful, make sure you do like and subscribe, and make sure you guys do join my Discord down below. I do giveaways almost every day, and I do stream almost daily. But yeah, that being said, enjoy the video. All right, so first we're gonna start off with tier 3 Devourer fans. I'm gonna show you guys how to obtain them, literally everything you need for them. So on the screen now, I'm gonna put what you need for tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, but I will go over it in the video. Pretty much for tier 1, what you will need is 50,000 wen. You also need 5 ore, you'll need 10 living flesh, you'll need 10 skin hide, and you'll need 10 living ingots, I'm pretty sure, or bloodstained ingots, I'm pretty sure it's called. Yeah, you'll need 10 bloodstained ingots. I'm gonna pull it up here on my materials list right now, but you'll need 10 bloodstained ingots, 10 living flesh, 10 skin hide, and you'll also need 10,000 blood. As you see here, this is where you will upgrade your Devourer weapons, whether it's a katana, scythe, or fans. Pretty much what you will need is all of that plus 10,000 blood, and 10,000 blood isn't gonna be the hardest part. So I'm gonna go over each part and what you need to get them. First, I'm gonna start with the materials. As you see here, the materials are the bloodstained ingots. The bloodstained ingots, you'll need 10 of these for tier 1. Pretty much you get these from Orgara, so these ones are going to be pretty easy since Orgara is very easy to do, and they are very common. It's at a 5% chance, and you get around like a couple hundred chests every time you do Orgara. So these are very easy to get from Orgara, as well as very easy to trade for. So you do want to grind Orgara dungeons for bloodstained ingots, and you'll need 10 of them for tier 1. You'll need 15 of them for tier 2, and you'll need 20 of them for tier 3. So 45 total. It's going to be the same for every single material. You'll need 45 total. But these you get from Orgara. You could trade or do Orgara for them. Both really good methods. Living flesh is from 10% from Mugen Train. Pretty much for living flesh, this is going to be the hardest part in my opinion about the entire Devourer set. This is only a 10% drop from Mugen Train, and Mugen Train is only hourly, so this is a hard one to get. You are going to want to trade for living flesh or just grind Mugen Trains. This one will be the longest to get. Personally, what I did Mugen Trains, a couple of them, and I also just traded for. I honestly just traded for them. So trading is going to be the best way for this. But for the best chances for living flesh, you do want to do hell mode Mugen Train. You do get double the chances, so living flesh is going to be the best to get from Mugen Train. And lastly, you'll need 45 skin hide for tier 3, which means you need to get tier 5 and tier 3 chests, which is a 5% chance for tier 3 and a 10% chance for tier 5. This one's very easy. Just do boss rotations until you have 45 of it. You can also trade for it if you don't want to do those boss rotations. But these 3 materials are going to be very hard to obtain, especially living flesh, which you just want to trade for. But pretty much you get all this through trading and just grinding. So these parts aren't that hard, but they are required for tier 3 Devourer fans. Next, you'll need 225,000 wen total for tier 3, 50,000 for tier 1, 75,000 for tier 2, and 100,000 for tier 3, so 225,000 total. And the best way to get wen is going to do boss rotations, so just selling your mythics, or you can do Orgara dungeon and just pretty much just sell and buy wen. That's another good method to do it. Either one you want to do, you also trade for it. There's a lot of methods to get one in the game, but pretty much you just need 225,000 that you get in a bag or something. And you'll also need 35 ores total. I could be wrong in that, it could be more ores, but I'm pretty sure it's 35. Pretty much the best way for ores is trading or just doing boss rotation. No really other method for that. Pretty simple to get ores. I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to get ores. But yeah, that's how you get all the materials you need for Devourer fans. But next, we're going to talk about how you get the blood for Devourer fans. Now, this is going to be the hardest part in my opinion. This is why Devourer fans are way harder than Polar fans to upgrade, because you'll need 45,000 blood total to upgrade Devourer fans from tier 0 to tier 3, which means you'll need 45,000 kills. Now, there are ways to increase your blood, as you see here. If I go to the encyclopedia, if I go to shirts here, you'll see it on the Devourer top. This is one of the rarest items in the game, which makes it so hard. You can get a 50% blood multiplier, which means every kill you'll get, you will get 2 kills, or you will get 2 blood instead of one blood, because 1 blood equals 1 kill. With 50% blood multiplier, it'll count as 2 kills. And if you want to go even further, on top of getting the multiplier already, if you do get the entire Devourer top, which is the top, the pants, plus the mask, that will get you a 100% blood multiplier, which is still only 2 blood, but you could pop a Devourer potion, as you see in my hotbar here. This will make it so every kill you get will be 4 blood, but this only lasts for 15 minutes, so I recommend doing this in Orgara dungeon when you want to farm blood. This is why Devourer is very hard to get, and this is the best weapon in the game. It's pretty much undebatable, besides like the champion katana. But that's the fast way to farm blood. I don't recommend you do this if you aren't about that grind, honestly. That this grind is very hard to do. It's a lot of kills. I recommend you honestly just go for Polar which I'm going to explain in the next part of this video. But yeah, you do need 45,000 blood, which is 45,000 kills, 20,000 kills if you don't have the Devourer potion, and you only have a Devourer top, which is hard to get in the first place as well. So I do recommend go for Polar. Devourer is better if you do want to grind for that, but that's the best way to get blood. Just do Orgar dungeons with the blood buffs. Alright, next we're going to be talking about the polar weapons. Now these ones are going to be considerably easy to get. The process with the materials, the one and the ore, are relatively the same. Pretty much, instead of living flesh, you'll need ore glaciers, as you see here. If I do go materials, for Devourer, you need a blessing ingots, living flesh, and skin hide. For polar, you'll need frigid metal, crushed cloth, and ore glaciers. You'll need 45 of each of these. Pretty much that's all you need for this. It's the same ore. You'll still need 35 ore, and you'll still need 225,001. Now the ways to obtain these are going to be the exact same as Devourer. Pretty much the same methods, just they're different counterparts. So not really much to explain about this. Pretty much do Orgara, do boss rotation, and do Mugen. If you do get living flesh, you can trade it for orb glaciers or the other way around. So that's gonna be the best way to get orb glaciers. I already explained it earlier in the video, so no need to explain it again. The thing I do need to explain though is to get essence. As you see here, these blue spider lilies are found in map 1 all over the map. There are videos from other YouTubers on where to find them, but pretty much when you use one blue spider lily, as you see, my essence is 2010. If I use it, I will have 2011. So each spider lily does give you one, and to upgrade from tier 0 all the way to tier 3 polar fans, you'll need 4,500 essence, which means 4,500 blue spider lilies. But this is the reason that it's way easier than blood to get. Pretty much the polar set does let me switch out my polar set. I think the polar set does increase the amount of essence you get. I just see here, I'm gonna equip it all right now, but this one does give a 50% essence multiplier, the pants gives a 30% essence multiplier, and the mask gives a 20% essence multiplier. So if I use it all, as you see here in the bottom left, I do have 100% essence multiplier. So if I use it with the polar fan, let me switch out polar again. If I do use it with the polar fan, I see I 2011. If I use it, I will have 2013. So I gained 2 instead of gaining 1. And you can increase it even further if you do use a polar potion. I have 19 of them, so I will use one just for the sake of the video. As you see, once you do the polar potion, you do get 2x essence. So as you see here, I do have 2013. So if I use this, I will gain 4 because I have another 2x essence on top of 100% essence. So it should be 2017. As you see here, 2017 essence. And as you see, each spider lily will get you 4 essence if you do that right, which means it will only take around 1,000 spider lilies to max out and get a 4,500 essence. And it's even easier because you can do this with friends. As you see here, I do have all these sites with 4,500 essence are ready to upgrade to tier 3. And the reason I have this is because it stacks with every weapon in the inventory. So if I use one spider lily, every single one of these weapons will get essence, which means you can do this with your friends. You guys can gather spider lilies together and and the one person use them at the same time. Make sure you're actually doing it with your friends, not a random person, because you might get scammed. But as you see, that makes it way easier to get than Devourer, because you can't do that with Devourer. It's just way harder. But the problem with polar is that it does have a worse ability. It only gives 5% frostbite, which is like a stun. It's still pretty good. Damage is still really good, but you do miss out on Devourer. But polar will be way easier to get than Devourer, and those are the best methods to obtain essence and blood, and pretty much all the materials you do need for polar and Devourer. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys, on how the best method to obtain tier 3 weapons and how to get them. If you guys did enjoy this video or found it helpful, make sure you do like and subscribe, and make sure you guys do join my Discord in the description. It will mean a lot to me if you guys join Discord. I am on my way to 20,000 members. I did hit 10,000 the other day, so yeah, I'm trying to get 20,000 members, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys did join the Discord. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you do subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.